Morning dear students, this video is for class 10th science chapter number 11, the human eye and the colorful world, and this is lecture number 1. So dear students, as today we are starting with a new chapter, the first topic that we are going to cover today is the structure of eye, under which we'll make the diagram of the human eye and will know the various parts of human eye. We will also study the various functions of the parts of eye, and we will see finally that how the eye forms the image of any object which it sees. The first topic that we have to study today is human eye. As you all know that human eye is the most important part of our body, because with the help of many of the sense organs that we have, we can smell, taste, touch, but along with that, the one thing which is very important is to see or to observe the colors, to observe this beautiful world with the help of human eye. So this causes the human eye as the most important part of our sense organs. So without wasting the time, let us first understand the structure of human eye. So I'm drawing here in front of you so that you can draw it easily. So dear students, we see that human eye is almost of this shape when we see it from the front. Here we see a black portion inside our eyes, which is also having a very dark place in between this black part. But this is the front view. Now I am making here the side view of human eye. So human eye is almost spherical in shape, so we will make the human eye is having 3 layers. The outermost layer is called sclera. The middle layer is called choroid, and the innermost layer is called the retina. Retina is the place where the image is formed. So it is also called the screen of the eye, because eye behaves as an autofocus camera which itself adjusts its focal length to see the distant and the nearby objects. Now this is the back portion of the eye. Now we will make the front portion of the eye. So eye is having, here you can see that this is the white portion that we see. This is the outermost layer of our eye, which is called sclera. This black portion is having a bulging out transparent lens over it, or you can say a very thin transparent membrane is there on this black portion, which is called cornea. Here you will find that the cornea is a little bulging outwards. So this is the black portion. This is the transparent portion over the black portion of our eye. Then we have the iris. Iris is the part of eye which we see here. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm which is almost spherical in shape. So here this is your iris. The gap here that I have made is the darker portion in the iris, because in the mid portion of the diaphragm iris there is one hole, and that hole do not reflect light, so it looks very dark. This hole has been shown here with this gap. Then we have the lens of the eye. The lens which is there in the eye is convex. As you can see that this is thicker in the middle and thinner at the edges. But to hold the lenses, we have the ciliary muscles, and with the help of suspensory ligaments, the lenses join or hold in the eye with the help of ciliary muscles. So ciliary muscles, suspensory ligaments, together they hold the lens. Then this is the diagram of our eye. Now let me introduce with the all parts of human eye, then we will discuss their functions. So this portion, this bulging out portion is called the cornea. Then we have iris. This gap, this hole is called pupil. This lens inside our eyes is called lens. And which type of lens is this? Convex lens. These are ciliary muscles. Then we have suspensory ligaments over here, and here on the back side of the eye we have the first layer called sclera, second layer called choroid, and third, the innermost layer is called the retina. And here all the layers, they are getting merged up and they are taking the signals from here, from the retina to the brain through this nerve, and that is why this nerve is called optic nerve. Here we have a blind spot. I'll later tell you why this is called a blind spot. So dear students, just have a look that this is the human eye having all the parts. Now, as the human eye is spherical in shape, then between the cornea and the lens of eye, one liquid is present, which is called aqueous humor. So here in this cavity we have aqueous humor, and this big portion of the human eyeball is having the vitreous humor. So pause the video once and just look at all the parts of the eye and try making the diagram by yourself. Now, let us understand about the functions of various parts of eye. So, the first part of eye is cornea. Cornea is the transparent spherical membrane present on the black dark portion when we see it from the front. So, as this is a transparent membrane, this causes the refraction of light when it enters through the eye. So the first place from where the light enters into the eye is cornea, and cornea is bulging out. So the most of the refraction, about 50% of light entering through the eye, gets refracted or converged here itself. As you can see here that this is the bulging out portion, so whatever light will come to it, it will converge and will go to the eye. So cornea is the transparent membrane from where the light enters into the eye, and almost all the refraction, 50% of the refraction of light or convergence of light takes place at cornea. Then second part of eye is iris. Iris is the dark muscular diaphragm having a circular opening in the center, which is called pupil. The first function of iris is to give the color to the eye, because many of the people, they have the black eyes, some they have the less dark eyes. So it depends upon which kind of melanin pigment is present in the iris of your eye, which provides the color to the eye. Pupil and iris together, they perform as aperture system of eye, because iris regulates and controls the amount of light entering inside the eye by increasing or decreasing the size of pupil. So the size of pupil is increased or decreased with the help of iris. So they are performing as aperture system of eye. Here what happens, many of times you have felt that when you go outside, when the light is very bright, or when you see towards the sun, then what happens? We close our eyes because we are not able to open the eyes completely. Why? Because our iris causes the contraction and it makes the size of pupil smaller, so that less amount of light can enter and we can have a proper image. But as same, when we go in a dark room where a very minimum amount of light is present, then the iris makes the pupil to expand and the size of pupil will increase, which will cause the maximum amount of light to enter in the eyes, so that we can see in the dark, or we can see in the place where less amount of light is present. The next part of our eye is eye lens. So dear students, as most of the refraction has taken place at the cornea, now eye is also having a convex lens present inside it, which performs the final convergence of light and the images formed on the retina. So what happens? Eye lens is a transparent jelly-like material which is having a refractive index more than the refractive index of the cornea of eye. So it will behave as the rarer, denser medium for the light coming into the lens. This lens is held in the position because of the ciliary muscles. So ciliary muscles, they held the lens in its position inside the eye. So dear students, the eyeball is having an approximate size of 2 to 3 centimeter, and the focus of the lens of eye is adjustable. How? With the help of ciliary muscles. Then this cavity, which is filled with aqueous humor, this aqueous humor, what it does, it maintains the fluid pressure so that the size and the shape of the eyeball can be maintained. And this also provides the nutrition to the various parts of eye. Then the suspensory ligaments are attached with the lens and the ciliary muscles. So what happens? When the ciliary muscles, they relax, the suspensory ligaments will pull out the lens in these directions, which will make the lens thinner and the focal length will be increased. The reverse process also takes place when the ciliary muscles contract, make the lens more thicker, and the focal length is again changed. Then we have the white, this transparent portion of the eye, or this big eyeball is filled inside with the transparent water-like solution. This is almost 70% water, so that the light can pass through it and that can make an image of the object on retina. The innermost layer of the eye is called retina. This layer of the eye contains the photoreceptors called rods and cones. These two types of photoreceptors are present in the retina of the eye, and these two different types of photoreceptors are responsible for different types of functioning. Rods, they are sensitive towards the brightness of the light or the intensity of the light. So we will be able to see either in dark or light because of the rods. Cones are sensitive to the colors. So we will be able to see the colors because of the cone cells present in the retina. If a person is having less amount of cones cells, then he will be suffering from color blindness, because some of the particular color cone cells will be absent in the retina of the eye. So remember, the way to remember this is C for cones, C for color. So cones are responsible to see the colors, rods are responsible to see the brightness or the intensity of the light. Here at the retina, everywhere we have the rods and cones, but at the place where the retina is meeting with the optic nerve, at that place no rod and cone cells are present. So even if the light falls on this portion of the eye, then as there is no photoreceptor present, so what will happen? No image of the object will be formed. Optic nerve takes the signals from the rods and cones present in the retina, and it sends the signals to the brain. Light-sensitive photoreceptors, they gives a signal to the optic nerve, which is, this signal is in the form of electrical signal, and it is given to the optical nerve, which takes it to the brain, where the brain interprets that signal and it reverses a message so that the object can be seen upside up only. Here on the retina, as we all know that this is a convex lens, and almost in all the cases of the object placed at different positions, it forms the inverted image. So that inverted image is obtained on the retina. But the signal that comes from the brain takes that image formed at retina as upright side up only. So it see the image as erect, and so we also see the objects erect. Then this vitreous humor, which is almost transparent in nature, it also maintains the shape of the eyeball. Blind spot, no rods and cones are present here. So at this place, if the light falls or converges, then no image formation takes place. So just quickly revise the functions of each part of eye. Cornea, the convergence of the light when it enters in the eye is first done on cornea. Then pupil. Pupil is the hole, circular hole in the mid portion of the iris. Iris, that gives the color to the eye because melanin pigment is present in the iris of the human eye. Iris and pupil together, they control and regulate the amount of light entering inside the eye. Ciliary muscles, they hold the lens of the eye in its position. Lens is a transparent material. It is a jelly-like material, so the focal length of the lens is adjustable. The size of the eyeball is from 2 to 3 centimeters. This cavity is filled with vitreous humor, which supports the shape of the eyeball. Here, the cavity is filled with aqueous humor, which gives the nutrition to the various parts of human eye. It also maintains the moisture between the cornea and the lens of the eye, and it also maintains the fluid pressure of the eye. Ciliary muscles, they help in adjusting the focal length of the eye lens. By contracting and relaxing, they change the focal length of the eye so that the eye can adjust itself to see the objects placed at different positions. The innermost layer of the eye, which is called retina, is having rods and cone cells present in it, which are also called photoreceptors. Rod cells are responsible for the brightness of the light, and cone cells are responsible for the color. We are able to see the colors because of the cone cells present in the human eye. Then a place is here on the retina where no rods and cone cells are present. So this place is called blind spot because here no image formation takes place. Then we have the optic nerve, which takes the electrical signals from retina and it gives the signal to the brain so that the inverted image formed on retina can be interpreted as the upright side up, so that we can see the object erect. Sclera and choroid, these are the outer layers of the eye, but we are not considering them because they are not taking part in image formation. Now you all know about various parts of human eye and how they all work. But let me tell you that how eye performs its function in brief. So here I have made the rough sketch of human eye. When the light is coming from any object which is at distance from the eye, then the first convergence of the eye, light coming to the eye takes place at cornea. So this converges the light, and from here only the light is entering inside the human eye. Then we have the light which will reach to the lens through the pupil. Then the rest part of the light will be converged at the lens. And depending upon the position of the object, the refracted rays will meet at the retina. So the image will be formed for that object on the retina. Here inverted image is obtained on the retina. Here the light sensitive cells, rods and cones, they will get activated when the light falls on them, and they will give the signal to the optical nerve. Optic nerve will take that electrical signal, it will give it to the brain, and then brain processes the signal and shows that object by again reversing the image, and then only we are able to see the object as erect. So this is how our eye functions. So dear students, this is it for today's lecture. As this is your first lecture, we have studied about the diagram of the eye and various parts and how they function. So in today's homework you have two questions. First question is, make a well-labeled diagram of human eye. You have to make a diagram of human eye which should be well labeled. All the parts of human eye should be marked. Question number 2 is, write the functions of each part of eye. At least 2 functions you have to mention for each part of the eye.